Hello friends, welcome back! It's BigDenoPlays and we are back at a very exciting time. This is a game that I've been waiting for many moons, and it's finally arrived. Those who've been followers of the channel for a long time would know that Too Many Bones and Hoplamarcus from Chip 3 Games are two of my favourite games. Well, this one combines the solo enjoyment that I get out of Hoplamarcus, as well as the tactical battles and the varying battle mats with Too Many Bones skill progression and a few other things as well. And it packages it up in a wonderful fantasy thematic approach. So this game's extremely exciting and extremely complicated. So I've been trying to wrap my head around it for the last few days. I thought I'd find it easier than I have, but let's dive into a little bit of this first episode, which will predominantly be a character creation episode and maybe our first few days. So let's dive over here to our mat and I'll show you what we're dealing with. Glorious game. All right, so this is called the Clash mat. We'll be fighting on this at times, but there's also other types of battles that we'll do called delves or even dungeons, where the mat may expand out even more than that. This particular section here, this is our player mat, and this is where the majority of our thought processes will come in. So we're going to be building up this character mat, expanding it with skills and with abilities, and hopefully we'll have a cool character that we'll be able to explore. We'll also have a number of items which will appear here, but before we get to any of that, these are some of the races that we can choose to be. Yes, there is a lot. We'll come back to that in a second. We've also got classes. We can choose to be all of these different classes, and we're going to actually decide that randomly at some point soon. And then we've even got more. We've got more, yes. So this is the mat of the map of the area that we're exploring in, which is called Black Marsh. So we'll actually move around this map with our party, trying to navigate through various landmarks, various towns, as well as potentially dealing with other people on that map as well. And then finally, we've got a little shot over here of this book, which is called the Gazetteer, which is going to be important. It's going to be the story component of the game. There's a lot to this game. We're going to be referring to this probably a fair bit, but yes, it's all happening. So, okay, so let's talk. Right here, you can't quite see this from here. Maybe if I zoom into here, you can see a little bit of that. Maybe I'll put that there. There you can't really see, but this is our day counter and experience counter. So this will track how long we've taken throughout the adventure, as well as our character's progression. We also have a number of dials, and as this is a chip theory game, we'll be using lots and lots of various little chips. So let's do some shuffling. I'm not going to shuffle these. I suppose I can shuffle them a little bit because I haven't even gotten close to halfway through these decks. That was the legendary items. This is the common items. So this is a lot of cards. Beautiful PVC cardstock too. So they're incredible. These ones are the important ones. So these are called the Peaceful and the Conflict and Counter decks. And these are populated using a variety of cards from the general pool, and then a variety of cards from the region-specific pool. Finally, the last one that we have to shuffle is this one here, and this is called the side quests. So we may gain some of these as we progress, we may not. And that's it. We're ready to go. There's a lot happening in this game. So let's just dive over here to our mat, and I'll explain a little bit about our mat. So this is our character's lifeblood. This will be where we lay out their stats, but we'll also lay out skills that will accrue across the game. We'll track our experience points here. We'll track our tenacity, which is basically our will, which we use for other abilities. We'll track our cooldown, which is something we'll talk about when we get around to it. And we also track what battle form we're in. So we'll be dancing between different forms. You know, we have a magicka stance, we have a ranged, we have one-handed, we have a two-handed, and then we also have a defensive stance. So those stances will be something that we can shift between. And certain items and certain abilities can only be used in specific stances. So we want to try and bring together all of those things into an effective killing machine, or maybe even a talking machine, because there is a skill line called speech in this game. So there's lots of races, right? So there's two of each race. So if you have two players and they both want to play, they can both do that. So these guys are called Nords. These ones are called Argonians, which are lizard people. High Elf, Wood Elf, Breton, High Elf, Wood Elf, Breton, Imperial, a Red Guard, he looks sick, an Orc, a Khajiit, and then Dark Elves. So what we're going to do is we are going to completely randomise which race we're going to be. And then we'll make a decision about which class we're going to be. So I'll just lay out the various classes so that we've got each of them. High Elf, Wood Elf, Breton, Imperial, we've already got Red Guard, Orc, Khajiit, Red Guard, Orc, Khajiit, and a Dark Elf. All right, so there's different art for each of these characters. So you've got actually this Dark Elf. You could also be this Dark Elf. You could be this Dark Elf or this Dark Elf. All of the statistics are the same. It's just the different artwork. So you get to decide which piece of cool artwork you would like to be. All right, we're going to shuffle these a little bit, and then we're going to lay them out in two piles. Pile 1, pile 2. All right, so on a roll over here of 1 to 3, we're going to choose from this pile. On a roll of 4 to 6, we're going to choose from this pile. So this is the pile, so it's not going to be any of these characters. So now, do we go in order of excitement, or do we choose 3 of these and then roll? I think we'll choose 3. So let's have a closer look at their stats. So the Orc, the Khajiit, the Nord, the Wood Elf, and the Imperial. I've got a preference of which 3 I would like to go to, so let's talk about them. Health, pretty straightforward. It's how hard you are to kill. Stamina is used for both your movement as well as your ranged attack. So if you're playing an archer, having a high stamina helps you shoot further as well as move further. Magicka is obviously for attacking with spells. Combat, that tells you how many combat dice you start with, which is the generic dice that's used for a variety of things. It looks like this. And then finally, the last stat is cooldown, which we'll come back to, but it's an important stat. And most races do start with a cooldown of at least 2. And this Orc has a cooldown of 3. That's a pretty big bonus. So they also have a specific ability which you can use. The ones that I'm most interested in is this, and this. And so I'm going to ditch these 2 and we're going to roll on these ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see how we go. We're playing an Imperial. I think that was on the top of the... it was on the top the whole time. How disappointing. All right, so we are an Imperial. So what we do now is we set out our stats. So we're going to have 5 starting health, which is there. We're going to have 2 stamina, which we already have. We're going to have 2 magicka. We need to remove that. And we're going to have 2 combat, and we're going to have 2 cooldown. Now, if we look at our things, these can actually be placed wherever you want them to. And so one of the things that is really interesting about the game is this building out of your character's mat. So sometimes they're hard to get out. I'm actually going to do something here which I was thinking about in my practice playthroughs, which is we're probably not going to use a lot of combat dice, so that can stay there, and this can move up to approximately here, which will give us a health of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so we can have a max health of 9. If we remove one of these dice, we could make it 10, and so on and so forth. Here, we're probably not going to use a lot of magic. We probably want to increase our stamina, but depending on what items we get, I want to have the potential to maybe go 3 stamina, 3 magic, which I think is a good balance. This also determines the number of dice you can roll, so potentially we'll go 2 magicka, 2 stamina, and we might go to 4 stamina, because then we can roll 4 stamina dice. Again, depends on our class. So that's our basic stuff starting now. So now we will choose one of these classes. So let's have a look at the classes. So they're split into 3 different types. You've got these ones which are thief style classes. So acrobat, scout, burglar, pilgrim, bard, rogue. We've got these ones which are magic style classes. Arcanist, warden, healer, necromancer, nightblade, sorcerer. And then finally, you have these ones which are warrior classes. So we've got knight, spellsword, dragon knight, ranger, archer. So I think I tried one of each in my practices, and I think the one that we'll stick with for the moment is one of these martial classes. So we'll put the spells away for the moment. Lots and lots and lots of cool classes to choose from. Knight, spellsword, dragon knight, ranger, archer, templar. So I think I'm fine to randomise this. Yeah, let's just randomise this. That'll be fine. So we'll go a 1, 2 is going to be one of these. 3, 4 is going to be one of these. 5, 6. I suppose I could just roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're a 6. We're a ranger. All right. So each of your classes comes with a variety of skills and abilities. And if we have a look here, we can see that our ranger, who is a novice ranger at the moment, has a basic ability of his overland movement is increased by 1. Pretty cool. And then these abilities can be triggered by spending tenacity to trigger them. Now in some instances, is this view better, Dano? No, not quite. Some instances, some of them have the keyword enduring, and that means that that ability will trigger as long as you have the requisite amount of tenacity there. Some of them are interrupt abilities, so that's used during a specific trigger. For example, after drawing a peaceful or conflict card, we can trigger that ability at a cost of 3 tenacity. So these are good. For us to upgrade to be a master ranger, we have to successfully complete encounters at unstable landmarks on 3 consecutive days. Very cool. So now that we have determined that we are an Imperial Ranger, the final step of our first part of character construction is we need to choose one of these many, many, many skill lines to choose. So let's have a look at some of them that they recommend. There's 4 they recommend for starting the game. Let's look at those. So one of the ones they recommend for starting the game is two-handed. It's a very powerful ability, does a lot of damage. So they basically recommend you take damage dealing ones. So given that we're a ranger, destruction staff is another one of the ones they recommend. Sword and shield, or one-handed sword and shield, one-handed shield, there you go, is one they recommend. And the final one they recommend, which is the one we're going to lean on, is archery or bow. So these are damage dealing skill lines, and you really need to be able to do damage in this game. So each of these little sheets tells you about the dice that are available in your class. You have level 1, level 2, level 3, and in some cases level 4. That varies. Sometimes you might just have all level 1s. And as you level up your character, you'll be able to purchase these dice and add them to your mat, which will then allow you to do different and cool things. So we're going to place our bow card here right next to our ranger card. Very cool, very cool. And so when you start the game, you gain 2 of the basic skill dice. And that one looks like that. Yes, and yes. And those skill dice are placed here, along with the bow chip. So given that we are now a bow user, I think we will lean towards stamina rather than magicka, but let's see how that progresses. These are all of the available skill lines that you can choose in the game. 15. And they all have many, many dice. It's exciting. Okay. So the last component of our selection of characters is we need to choose a guild for our party to be doing jobs for. So we're going to shuffle these and we're going to deal out 3 guilds and we're going to look at which ones we get. Outer Watch, the Mages Guild, or the Sijic Order. Okay, so let's go over to the shot and we can explain a little bit about these. So these 3 cards will determine which quest we go on in this quest book. So I'm going to open up to page 18, I think it is, and we're going to be able to read each of the little quests. So let's read about the Mages Guild. So this quest is complexity 1. We have to chase down 3 different packs of beasts fighting a clash against each. That sounds pretty good. That one's probably the one I'd like to go for, but let's read the Sijic Order and the Outer Watch. So the Outer Watch, improve the circumstances of your final delve by visiting the right towns and completing a side quest, complexity 1. Fine. Or the Sijic Order is called Sap of Ages, outrun mercenaries who are chasing you across the map as you pick up and deliver a valuable package, complexity 2. Now, we're going to go to the Mages Guild, it's complexity 1. It is called Unnatural Selection. So we have become a Mages Guild group, and that gives us a very specific guild hall action. But let's read a little bit about the Mages Guild, shall we? The Mages Guild, a diverse collection of magic wielders brought together for the common purposes of research, magical experimentation, and teaching. The Mages Guild is most well known assembly of sorcerers and mystics in all of Tamriel. We focus on aid and fact-finding missions. This often includes playing with an allied unit. Cool. So that is who we are. We are supporting the Mages Guild. Okay, so I think we're ready to go. The Mages Guild requires hale and hardy adventurers to travel Black Marsh and take down dangerous beasts, and you have answered the call. Over the last few weeks, strange animals with glowing eyes, frothing mouths, and alarming extra appendages have been sighted all over the region. Even normally docile beasts have been making unprovoked attacks on the populace. The Mages Guild suspects the anomalous creatures are magically modified in some way. The group has tasked you with tracking down some of the beasts to retrieve samples for analysis. Reports indicate that the beasts appear to be calmed by a combination of rare Black Marsh plant elements. Perhaps the construction of an aroma burner using these reagents might make sample collection simpler. Alright, so we have a starting location of Lilmoth. So let's go over here and find our starting location of Lilmoth. Where is our little party token? So we're all the way down here. Boop. And it says that we must place a banner token in the stone wastes. This represents the tainted animals. Do I have a banner token prepared? I do. Stone wastes is here. Tainted animals. Very good. And we also set aside quest unit corrupted creature. So our quest objective is to travel to the tainted animals and initiate the quest, the clash recommended by day 4. The first enemy deployed must be a beast, and we have to roll a dice Oh, we get to choose the result because we're a ranger. Nice. Cool. All right. Before the clash, if an adventurer has this item, they may discard it. If they do, this encounter is automatically successful. During the activate province effect step, roll 1d6 to determine the direction the animals move. Nice. Okay, so the animals are going to be roaming around, and that is the quest that we have to do. Excellent. Okay, so as you can tell, we've got a lot on, so I'm just going to grab out the corrupted creatures from here. They could be anywhere in here, so this might take a little bit of time. Oh, there it is, corrupted creature. Cool. And finally, we'll grab our one. What color is Imperial? Is that red? No, that's a red guard. Purple. No, that's an orc. Grey. No. This colour. There we go. No, that's Nord. There he is. That's our Imperial, right there. So I have got my Hoplomachus chips here, and I'm going to use my Hoplomachus chips for enemies and allies, because my Hoplomachus chips are blue for allies, and then our enemies will use red. Okay, so this will be set aside, and that's it. Okay, so we are ready to commence day one of our quest. How very exciting. Day one is always a town encounter in the starting location where you commence your quest, and we are starting in Lilmoth. So let's go and have a look at Lilmoth. HL, there it is, Lilmoth. All right, so there are 6 common items available here at Lilmoth. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. We have 5 trainers available. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when we take a shop town action, we may gain 2 items instead of 1. Trainers, and we discard that. Okay, cool. So during a town action, we get 2 town actions. We can choose any 2 things that we want. That can be an item, or it can be we choose a new skill line to train, or we can go rest at an inn, or we can look for a guild. We can use our guild quest thingy. What's that thing called again? Guild action, guild hall study. Okay, or we can gain a side quest. So let's talk about these ones. This is heavy armor, not really suited for our ranger. This is light armor. This one's a possibility because it also ties in with magic a little bit, and I wouldn't mind dabbling in magic. This one is destruction staff. This one is stealth archer, usually the pro strat, and this one is illusion. So illusion's quite interesting, but I think we will discard that one. We're not going to use that one. We definitely want to take at least 1 item because we get to take 2 items when we do that. Thanks to this Ollie's Bay Tradeways, when an adventurer takes a shop town action, they may gain 2 items instead of 1. So this Panacea of Health looks like a really good item. Expend, roll 1d6, heal for hit points equal to the amount rolled. So that's great. And then if we take this one, Colopy Meatballs, discard this item, then adventurers may recover a collective total of 2 drained skill dice. Do we have any drained skill dice? I don't think we do as yet. So maybe that one's not as good. And we may get some drained skill dice. Or diplomatic immunity. Diplomatic immunity. Discard this item during a town encounter to gain an additional town action or during a social check to automatically succeed the check. We'll take that one. Social checks come up every now and then. So the right option is probably to take stealth, just run around and shoot guys without them seeing me. But I'm going to try light armor. I'm going to go, that's our second town action. So that's it. So this light armor I'm going to place down here. And then these items are discarded. We have 2. You're allowed to have 4 items in your active slots, and then you have 4 items in your pack. So you can only activate items that are in your active slots. We only have 2 items, so we'll of course have both of those in our active slots. That's the end of the first turn. So the turn order goes overland phase, and in this first turn you don't get to move, you just do your encounter. Reward phase, we did not gain any rewards. And so we go into the end of day phase, which is where we activate the province effect. So the province effect, we flip the top card of this, and it is just this item here, which means we don't look at anything there. We just go over to this. It's sunny, and so we will activate the beasts. They will go in a random direction, and they will move 4 spaces. So they're going to move direction 2, 4 spaces. 1, 2. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 up to there. And that's it. That's the end of the activate province step. So we can now rest and heal, but we don't have any healing to do. So we move on to day 2. So day 2, can you see it from this one? You cannot really, but we mark that day 2 and we move on. Okay, so overland phase. We now move our party. We have an overland speed of 3 normally because it's sunny, but thanks to our ranger, we have an overland movement of 4. So we need to complete our quest by day 4. So we'll start onwards right now. All right, day 2. So we've started the day dial, we move over to the overland phase. So this is our target. We don't know where those beasts are going to get to, but I think it our best approach if we attempt to achieve our ranger upgrade from novice. So we want to go to unstable encounters, and then we will hopefully navigate through those. We need to complete that quest by day 4. Let me double check that. In case you can't tell, we just had a little time jump there. Complete by day 4, yeah. So we've probably actually got a little bit more time because we do have the ability to move around the map slightly quicker because our base overland movement is 4. But yeah, so I think we'll just go to here. And that'll put us within striking distance of that clash. So yeah, doing one of those is maybe a risk now and unstable, but I think we have, yeah, we're okay. So we'll do our base overland movement, 1, 2, 3 to here, and we can do that because it's sunny right now, and it remained sunny at the end of the last day. That is a weather specific thing to Black Marsh. So now that we're there, we have landed on an unstable encounter, and so we roll this dice to see what we are going to have. We're going to have a peaceful encounter. I did shuffle these, but we'll give another shuffle just in case. And we're going to have a thief in the night is the first one that we see. Oh. So let's read A Thief in the Night. The scent of charring meat wafts through the muggy air. Following the inviting smell, you see a band of Argonians who have established a foothold against the elements. Hoping to gain some respite from the harsh swamps, you approach, but the lizard folk stare back at you suspiciously. Near the edge of the camp, out of the Argonians' eye line, you spy a ragged dark elf tinkering with a locked chest. He glances at you, concerned about your next action. Well, There's no honor in thievery. Alert the camp. That gets us 0 experience, but we do get 4 tenacity and 4 bonus HP. That could be useful, but I really want experience. Burglar, scouts, and thieves. Only let the camp... Alright, we will... Yeah, we'll do the bottom action. So we're going to assist the thief. Each adventurer may make a lockpick check, 6, 3, and 1. For each attempt after their first, they roll 1d6. Alright, so let's do our first attempt. So, 6, 3. So we've got a 6 and a 3, so we'll keep those. And a 1, that's a 6. It's the opposite of 1, so our third attempt, that's a 3. So we'll take 2 light fatigue, and we will gain ourselves a elite treasure, and then we roll 1d6, and on a 1 or a 2, oh no, for each attempt after our first. Alright, we'll try again. So was it 3, 6, 1? So none of those work for me. That's a 3, so we need a 6 and a 1 on this one. Ooh, 6 and a 4. Do I take 3 fatigue? No, we won't. We'll try again on a 1 or a 2. Okay, so the encounter ends. We just gained this 1, and we're going to Glyph of Prismatic Onslaught. Ooh, that's pretty cool if we do some magic damage, which we won't be doing at the moment. Alright, so we gain 1 experience. Now we have the choice with our 1 experience if we would like to spend that now in the rewards phase. Where's that thief in the night? There it is, good, okay. Or we can hold on to it and we can spend it in another rewards phase. You can hold up to 3 here. So we will probably hold on, I think. We'll probably hold on. I want another stamina to help me with my ranged, and I'd like another cooldown, and I'd like a light armor skill. A light armor skill might be worthwhile now. Yeah, or another bow. So we'll hold on to it. Now that was a unstable encounter, so we roll 1, 2 like that. You gain 2 tenacity when you complete an unstable encounter. So that is the end of the rewards phase, and we now go on to the end day phase. So we activate the province, the temperature, or the weather remains sunny. So that means that the beasts are going to activate in a random direction, and they're going to move 4. So they're going to move direction 5. That is probably back the way they came. It is. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the stone wastes. Okay, that definitely helps us. So we move on to day 3. So we now get to move once again. I really think I want to risk this day 5 thing. Let's try for another unstable. We'll move to here, and we have the option then. Cool. Oops, so we roll an unstable encounter. It's another peaceful, and we have one called Peace and Quiet. Peace and quiet. Sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the importance of your task or the danger at your back that you forgot to appreciate the beauty in the world around you. Tamriel can be a hostile place, yes, but it's also home to great kindness, feasts for the senses, and breathtakingly scenic vistas. It's important to catch your breath and take in the everyday wonder of being alive. Alright, this red symbol means we have to take that red option because we are in an unstable encounter. So we must deploy, it's a battle objective conquer, and we must deploy must roll a dice equal to their stamina stat. Oh, each time an adventurer engages. So let's set that up. Alright, our first clash, our first battle. Very exciting. Alright, so let's set up this quest. So the first scenario the first creature that we deploy must be a humanoid. And we have a Breton bandit, and he has steel, and he goes in location 1. The next ones that we deploy are, a Wood Elf Marauder with dodge. That goes into spot 2. And a Khajiit Marauder goes there. So not really enemies that we are thrilled about. Oh, it is a Khajiit Bandit, I should say, not a Marauder. And 5. Okay, so this Khajiit has range, and he's going to retreat. So the rule for retreat is at the end of this unit's turn, if no units took damage, it gains a stealth and heals for 1. Okay. Steal is he takes my items, and dodge is if I miss, he suffers 1 less damage. So, all right. So this is our gear situation. We have 2 archery bows and 2 of those. I reckon we start 1, 2. We start here. Yep, so we'll just move 1. And then we will shoot this and this straight at the Khajiit Bandit and hope we can roll a 3. We roll 2. 1, 2. Okay. So that's the end of the turn. So this Breton is going to go 1, 2. This Wood Elf's going to go 1, 2. Actually, I think he has to go that way because it's the shortest path. And neither of them are in range, so they don't use their abilities. But this Khajiit Bandit, he will shoot us in the face with 2 combat die. That's a strong and powerful shot. He does 2 damage. We're going to use our Imperial Metal, which is a once per turn ability, once per combat. When you would be dealt 3 or fewer damage, prevent that damage and instead gain that much tenacity. We go up to tenacity 4. And that will be the end of that first round. So we move on to number 2. So these 2 dice return to us. So I reckon we shoot the Khajiit and then move up to here. Yep. So the Khajiit, or do we shoot the Breton? Maybe we double engage here. Let's shoot the Breton. And let's see what we score. So we do 2 damage to him and we ignore his armor. 1, 2. And then if we move back, we can avoid the Breton again. So yeah, so we'll move back 1, 2. The Khajiit Bandit's going to move to here. The Breton's going to move to here. The Wood Elf Bandit's going to move to here. That's the end of the thing. So we're going to move to turn 3. We once again get our dice back. This might be the turn for a double engage. We'll shoot the Breton. We punch through his armor and we defeat the Breton. And I reckon that's probably all we want to do. Yep. Well, oh, sorry, did I forget to shoot us with the Khajiit? I did indeed. Let's shoot us with the Khajiit. He does 1 damage. That was from last turn. Too excited. All right. So now the turn 3. Cool. So now the Khajiit's going to shoot us again. And this Wood Elf's going to go to here. So the Khajiit shoots us again. He hits us for 2. 1, 2. We're down to 2 health, but we are going to start our next turn with our Panacea of Health. All right, so round 4. Alright, so we get both our dice back. Boom, boom. We'll drink our panacea of health and we recover 3 health. Perfect. So the Khajiit Bandit is more of a problem for us now. So we'll go 1, 2 to here, and we'll just roll 2 dice with our melee form, I think. Yep, we defeat the Khajiit Bandit, and that is that. Turn 4, we can double tap that guy next turn. We can probably afford 1 over fatigue, so I reckon we double tap next turn. Yep. So the Wood Elf, he's going to move in, and he's going to swing with his 1 combat die, and he does 1 damage. What a pest. Round 5. Okay. So we'll move into archery mode. We'll move 1 to here and we'll recover both of our dice. This guy has no armor, so the equal number of misses, it's 1 in 6. So a miss would really crush us here. So let's roll and see if we get no misses. Yes, 2 damage. 1, 2. And we'll put that there and there. And then now we're going to use a light fatigue to engage a second time and shoot him again. Come on. Oh, it's a 2 and a 1. So we do 1 damage because our archery shot was a 2. But we do gain a tenacity, which takes us to 5. When you would take damage, deal all of that damage to an adjacent unit instead. I think we'll do that. So it's turn 5, so this guy moves to here. He's going to attack us. Roll a 2, you pud. We'll spend 5 tenacity. And we will kill that guy using his own attack against him. And that is using our Nimble Predator. When you would take damage, deal all of that damage to an adjacent unit instead. Good first combat, friends. We got through it. We got through it barely. So, during our end of thingy, we get these rewards. Let's go and have a look at the Char Deno because this is all new and we want to get it right. So, gain the benefits of the rewards phase. We gain rewards. If the party completed an encounter an unstable landmark, we gain 2 tenacity. So we're back up to 2 tenacity. We gain 2 XP for that particular one. And that is the end of our peace and quiet. Okay, so here we are. During the Adventurer's Rest step, we can heal 1. We're playing on Adept difficulty, by the way, which is the middle difficulty, normal difficulty. And we'll remove that from our board. Okay, that is the end of the rewards, gaining the rewards. We now get to spend them. So we've got 3. Now, I think the most impactful thing we can do right now is regain cooldown, which is gain more dice back a turn. We expended our panacea of health, so we have to do that. But we can re-drink that. Alternatively, we could spend 1 on an extra stamina to give us an extra range and movement, and 1 on a light armor. I think I'll do that. I think we'll do that option. So we'll gain a stamina, and that'll take us to 3 stamina and a movement. And then we will take a light armor die, and let's have a look at that one. So we actually have 2 level 1 options here. So we have Grace, and that is a pretty powerful ability. So it goes into your active slot. Once per move action, you may reduce this die by 1 to add your magicka to your stamina when determining the number of hexes you move. So that would make our movement 5. That is pretty powerful. The other option is once per turn when engagement, you may reduce this by any number to prevent 1 damage. You may then recover a single magic yet. So we'll take Grace. So that's a level 1, and it looks like this. And there is only 1 Grace available, so but that's going to be pretty cool, I think. Good. And we gained our stamina. So, you know, I was pretty keen on cooldown, but I think we can work through the cooldown challenge for now. So that's the end of day step. Now that was a peaceful encounter, and the bottom icon on that peaceful encounter is this one. So if we move over here, you can see that the weather has changed to rainy. And if we go to this book, lots of books, lots of things. In Black Marsh, when it is rainy, the token only moves 3 hexes towards its destination, and its destination is a random dice roll. And so the random dice roll is a 4, which means he's going to go straight down. And so I don't think it mentions what you should do. I think he goes down 1 and then maybe stops there. Locked himself in, the buffhead. All right, it does say that we need to do this by day 4, but speaking of day 4, we gained 2 experience, so we are at 5, and it is the start of the next day on day 4. If we go and do the 3rd unstable encounter in a row, we will absolutely flip our ranger straight over, but we won't complete that quest by day 4, which is a risk. I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to try it. Let's see. It's recommended by day 4. It doesn't mean you have to. Unstable encounter. 3rd in a row. Successfully complete this. Oh, we've had a town encounter. Oh, that's actually the best. Okay, so it's a travelling caravan. So when you roll a travelling caravan, successfully complete encounters at unstable landmarks 3 days in a row. We do this. Set the weather to flooding. Do not change the weather during today's activate province step, but still resolve it for any other thing. So the little guy's going to move 2 spaces. There is 3 common items. 1, 2, 3. And there is also 2 legendary items. 1, 2. A spectral chicken. 2 trainers, and there is an alchemy station. 2 trainers. Illusion and restoring light. Okay, so we could do a dark pact, clear your cooldown track, heal to full HP, gain 3 tenacity. Ooh. That's a pretty cool dark pact actually, to gain 3 tenacity and take us to 5. We have our diplomatic immunity, so we can gain an additional town action. Do we want to do that? Gain 3 tenacity? No, I don't think so. All right. Sea giant gloves. They're amazing. 3 removes 2 from any... Okay. Spectral chicken. When you would gain a fear... or... That's a powerful item. Fishy stick. Heal for 1. You may gain 1. Oh, you can just keep eating it. Okay, that's pretty good. I do like healing. So I think we're going to take this for our first town action. I'm not really worried about restoring light or illusion. Don't really have any pets, so it's either of these or a quest or a side quest. Yeah, I'm not fussed on either of those. Let's take a side quest. Let's take a side quest. So when you get a side quest, you draw 2 and you get to choose one to do. Bard harder or soothe them. The city guards ask you to round up criminals who have been stealing small livestock in the area. Apprehend. Remove an adjacent non-quest enemy at 1 HP and place it on this card during the next town encounter. Nice. Along with the following rewards. Yeah. So I think we'll do Seize Them. It's a side quest. Bit of fun. Love a side quest. And that is the end of our town encounter. We have completed an unstable encounter, and so we gain 2 tenacity. More importantly, we have completed 3 unstable encounters in a row, and so we flip our ranger to a master. So he's got a new ability called Thrill of the Hunt, which he can spend for 1 tenacity to just deal a true damage to a beast. Then Revealing Flare. Oh, I can re-roll the unstable die Enduring. Did I have that before? Oof. I didn't, but I do now. And Nimble Protector, when you would take damage, yes, that's only 4 cost now, which is incredible. The party's base overland movement is increased by 1. Each adventurer may remove 1 additional die during the adventurer's rest step. Come on, Ranger. So speaking of the adventurer's rest step, we are there now. We are going to activate the province effect. We can return 2 dice to our grid because of our adventurer's rest step. Heal for 1, but we're already at max. And that is the end of that day, which is day 4. And unfortunately, the little beasts are going to move direction 5. They can't move direction 5, so let's bounce them back, I guess. 1, 2. They move 2 spaces. Or do they only move 1? 1 hex towards its destination. All right, we're on to day 5. It's a problem. It's a problem, but fortunately, we just need to go to here. Doot-doot. It's flooding, but our base movement is 3 because of our little ranger. So that's it. We are going to conduct this encounter, and if we go and read this book, once again, the Mages Guild quest, it's called Unnatural Selection. All right. Travel to the Tainted Animals and initiate the following clash. The first enemy deployed must be a beast, and we're a ranger, so we can do that. All right, we're activating the clash. So let's put on our... Okay, so our first enemy that is deployed is a beast. Has to be a beast. So that's a humanoid. Oh, I think we're supposed to leave him out. That's a humanoid. That's a humanoid. It's a humanoid. That's a Daedra. That's a Daedra. It's a humanoid. There we go. All right, it's a skeever. And the skeever is deployed up here. So, first enemy, it's a clash. Okay, so we have 5 XP, and that is the skeever at 5 EP. So that's it. And then we get to choose an effect. So the skeever has 1 armor, so we can give his defense by 1. His range is only 1. I reckon we give him an increased combat stat, because I don't think he's going to get a chance to fight us. I don't think he's going to get a chance to fight us. So he's now combat 3. All right, let's get this done. Before the clash, no. All right, that's it. We get 2 experience if we complete this, and the skeever has 5 health. He's going to rot us if we kill him, but that's okay. Rush. What does rush do, Deno? Rush. This unit cannot target an opposing unit. It moves a second time instead. Alright. So we're on to turn 1 in day 5. And let's nip over here. And so we recover this and this. This dice has to be in our active slot to be able to utilise it. Once per move action, you may reduce this when determining the number of times you may roll. So we're not in range. So let's just take a single, how many chances are we? Yeah, we're 1 in 6. Yep, let's take a single roll, a single engage in Magicka. Yep. Oh, that's a problem. So it's in Magicka. And perfect. So we roll a 1, so that goes into our active slot. And that's it. We're not going to do anything else. We're going to let this little buffhead come after us. So he's going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's now our turn. We will move over to archery. And once per turn, you may reduce this to add your Magicka. Yeah, perfect. So let's shoot everything we got at this Skeever pup. It's an excellent roll, Deno. We get tenacity to burn. 1, 2, and 1 damage, which is ignored by his armor. Great stuff from you. We'll do a move action, and we'll just move 2. That was terrible. But we do have 5 tenacity, which means if this guy swings hard on us, what did I give him, by the way? Did I give him an extra combat? I think I was going to give him an extra combat. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Yeah, we'll stick with the extra combat because I've got my 5, my Nimble Protector. So yeah, we'll give him 3 combat. And we've also got the Imperial Metal ability, so he moves to here. He hits us for 3 damage. Our tenacity ability we will use, and we'll do 3 damage to him instead, which just does 2 because of his armor. That was turn 2. Turn 3. We recover that and that. We'll move on to this and we'll attempt to lockpick that item. 4, 5, 1. 4, 5. 6 and 6. Come on, Deno. 6, 6, 6. Unfortunately, can roll 6. It's just the story of my life. Okay, so it's round 3, so we don't have to worry about fatigue rounds just yet. Yeah, let's shoot him again with everything we've got. 2 bows and a combat dice. We are in range form already. We pierce through 1 of his armor and we do 2 damage. 1, 2. Those all go in there. He's going to rush us over to here. He's going to roll his 3 dice. He's going to roll 1, 1, 1, and we're going to use our Imperial Metal. We're going to go up to 4. We're turn 4. We'll move to this one here. We'll shoot him with all 3 of our shots. We pierce for 1, which is excellent. We go to full stamina, which is excellent, or full tenacity, I should say. And we have defeated that Skeever pup. Let's attempt to do that lockpick before we kill the guy, though. That's why I went there. 5, 1, 1 we need. 5, 2, 2. Yeah, we'll take 2 tenacity because I want another item. That goes there, there, and there. Necrom Beetle Cheese Poutine. Discard this item, then heal for 5 HP, may exceed health stat and gain a Bane status die. Alright, pretty good. Well done, team. We got through our first mission. So, 2 experience, 1, 2. When completed, go to entry B02. All right, unnatural selection. A representative of the guild arrives on site not long after you've vanquished your first batch of afflicted creatures. Fascinating, the High Elf remarks, holding up a strip of flesh. The corruption goes far beyond a disease of the mind. The beast's entire musculature has been affected. An unidentified viscous black liquid oozes down the sample. The mage frowns at it. I'll need to take this back to one of my halls for further study, he says. In the meantime, we'll be needing more samples for comparative research. Place the token in Alton Coromont. Alton Coromont, yes. And see, this is why it recommended it by day 4, because normal people need a long way to travel. Travel to the tainted animals and initiate the following clash recommended by day 8. The first enemy deployed must be a beast, and we get to choose, and that's it. During the activated province, the animals move, same as before. Excellent. So we do need to find out what the weather will change to today, and it is going to change to sunny, which means that the beasts will move 4 spaces. Which direction do they move? Direction 3. They move down to the percolating mire. Most importantly for us, our movement is now 4. So I want to initiate a seize them so that we can do our quest. So we're going to day 6. Oh, we have 2 experience to spend. That goes down to there. We heal for 2 and we will remove that and that into our thing. Okay. Interesting. Hope you're enjoying the playthrough so far. It's a very, very engaging decision-making space, but to understand how engaging that decision space is, you have to understand how combats play out. So I've actually tried to lean into combats as much as possible so that you can see how the dice and the cycle of the game operates, so you can then understand a little bit more of the decision-making over here. So we're on day 6. We need to move. We have an overland movement of 4 because it's sunny. If we go 1, 2, 3, 4, we can get to this one. We also have the option to take a lot of light fatigue and go 1, 2, 3, 4 up to Murkwater. We could get all the way to Murkwater. But let's just do 4. I don't think we're in a rush just yet. We'll go to this one. And let's roll our dice. Day 6. A clash encounter. A captive audience. The crackle of the fire gives away a camp concealed in a marshy jungle. Creeping closer, you spy a caravan of dark elves preparing to bed down for the night. Upon further inspection, however, you notice the presence of other races too. Khajiit, Argonians, and others all chained and watched over by a vigilant guard. Clearly, not all dark elves are taking the Ebonheart Pact's ban on the slave trade seriously. A situation you'd like to rectify immediately. Oh, add a level 5 Dark Elf Marauder to the EP. I gained 2 XP out of that, so we're at 7. If the weather is rainy or flooding, it's not. The caches are shackled prisoners. Okay. All right, let's set it up. Okay, so here is our Dark Elf Marauder. He's to the EP and deploy it first. The weather is not rainy or it is flooding, yes? No, sorry. The weather just changed to, yes, the weather changed to sunny. So we're okay on that front. Adventurer, yep, if it is flooding, no, okay, great. The caches are shackled prisoners. All right, let's rescue some prisoners. 1, 2, 3. So because we have this this EP of 7, we're now going to add a 5. And that's a Skeever again, very good. And 2 1s as well. A Khajiit Bandit and a Spriggan again. Alright, so this is the order they deploy in. So this one, we should be a little bit, this will be an interesting battle. 4 for that Dark Elf Marauder. And it deploys, and I'll move this over here. Deploys in spot 1, which is up there. Spot 2 is the Skeever Pup, and he's got 5 health. Here. Khajiit Bandit 3, 1, 2, 3. And he goes here. And the Spriggan, 4 health. So we have to free the captives. After an adventure succeeds at a lockpick check on a prisoner, they discard the gained item and instead deal 2 true damage to each enemy. So we want to rush up there as quick as we can. I've got a plan. I've got a plan. Maybe. So round 1. We deploy here. The Skeever Pup's going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. So he's going to get us no matter what we do. But no one... Oh, this guy's 4. He's got Disrupt and Divert. Disrupt and Divert. We really need to unlock those. I wonder if I should have done something differently with my XP. Caches of shackled prisoners. Yep. So we've got to unlock 2 caches and we should be comfortable. But we don't have a lot of stuff here. Yep. All right. So on our first turn, we just are going to clear those 2 light fatigue. That's pretty bad, actually. We do have 5. Ooh. Yeah, let's let the Skeever Puck attack us. He's got Rot. Possibly should have had an over fatigue in their last turn, so we'll leave that there. Because I'm pretty sure Rot is when you defeat. Rot, after this unit is defeated by an adventurer. Yep, so still triggers that. Yep, okay, this is going to be a challenge. So yeah, we're actually just going to stay right where we are, and we'll go into magic stance. No, we'll stay in archery stance. Okay, that's it. We're going to get shot by this Dark Elf Marauder and this Skeever Pup. Let's do it in this order. So the Skeever Pup's going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, and then he's going to attack us for just 1 damage. We'll take 1 damage. That's fine. Because we do have our fishy stick. This Dark Elf Marauder, he is range 1, 2, 3, 4. He's already in range. So we don't need him to move. So he's just going to stay there. Now what does Disrupt do and what does Divert do? Disrupt, when this unit determines a target, it must exhaust 1 from its active slots. Divert, it cannot lose HP until it's at its last HP. He hits us for 2. We'll spend 5 tenacity down to 4, and we'll deal that 2 damage to the Skeever Pup instead of us. Bane, 1, 2. The Khajiit, 1, 2. Khajiit is in range. Yeah, we definitely should have done this, this, and this, and now the Khajiit's not in range. Very good. Okay. We're still under a little bit of pressure here. Let's see what we can do about it. It's turn 2. We recover some of our dice. Very nice. So the Skeever Pup's a real problem. I think the Spriggan's a bigger problem. 1, 2 to there. Yeah, let's shoot that Spriggan with everything we've got. And then we'll eat our fishy sticks. Spriggan! Ah, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Actually, could we have just double moved there, Deno? Is a double move a better play? No, it's literally not a better play because... yeah. All right. We just got to get through these plethora of attacks. This could be bad. Bane die. Okay, so he's just going to go to there. He's going to stay there. The Khajiit Bandit is going to move to here. So the Skeever Pup, he's going to attack us. Just for 1, we'll take 1. The Dark Elf Marauder, he's going to hit us for 1. I really need you to roll more than 1, you pest. And the Khajiit Bandit, he does 3. We will spend our Imperial Metal. We will gain 3 tenacity. And that is ignored. We have a Bane status die, but I reckon we will be able to use our Necrom Beetle Cheese Poutine. Turn 3. We suffer a damage because of the Bane status die. We will discard our Necrom Beetle Cheese Poutine and we will heal for 5 HP. We then add a Bane status die, so 5 HP over our HP goes to there. Oh, we gain this dice back and this dice back. When you gain another Bane, I'm pretty sure what happens, it just goes to the back. I don't think you have 2 Banes in there, but I'm going to check that after I get to this end of this combat, because I think we're probably not far off ending this combat. So we're going to do our first engage into magic stance. And we're just going to roll this magic die into that. We'll put that in our active slot, and we're then going to move, and we're going to tag that out straight away using our Grace ability, which says, once per move action, you may reduce this die by 1 to add a Magicka to your stamina when determining the number of hexes you will move. So, we shall move 1, 2, 3, 4 to here, and we shall attempt to unlock that doing a lock-picking check. So this is an important roll, but I feel pretty good. So we need a 6, a 3, and a 2. There's a 3 and a 2. 2 chances to roll a 6. 1's bad. 4, we take 2 light fatigue, and we unlock that cache, and we get to move 1 more space. So we've defeated that Spriggan. The Skeever Pup suffers 2. The Dark Elf suffers 2. And the Khajiit Bandit suffers 2. That's pretty good. That dice has been absolutely clutch. Alright, best way to do this is this guy, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then he attacks us with his 2 combat dice. And he does 2 damage. We'll take 2 damage. 1, 2. The Dark Elf Marauder. He's already in range 4. He's going to shoot him rather. Shoot at me. He does 3. We'll spend our 4 tenacity to use Nimble Protector, and we'll deal the Skeever Pup damage. That gives us an over fatigue, which we don't enjoy, but it does stop us from getting defeated. Alright, so this guy will move 1, 2 to here, and he's range 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't think I could have got any further. 2 damage. Oof. 1, 2. Alright, it's the start of round 4. We will recover these 2 dice. We do suffer 1 damage for having a Bane. That leaves us on 1 health. But we will go 1, 2 to this cache. And all we need is, how do we use this? Seize them, yeah. Apprehend. Remove an adjacent. Yep, alright, well we've got to unlock this cache. And we will save our bacon. It's a 2, 3, 4. I think we'll just re-roll all of them. There's a 2 and a 4. And a 4, so we'll take 1 light fatigue. We'll knock that cache and we will defeat both of those. And by the skin of our teeth, pick ourselves up a victory. Great stuff. So that is 2 experience. That takes us to 4. So we're definitely going to gain our cooldown. 1, 2, 3, 4. It was another unstable encounter. And so we will gain 2 XP. We can remove any 2 dice from our grid. We'll move the Bane and the Over Fatigue. Thank you very much. We still have 1. I'm going to gain an extra health. And we will also heal for 1 because we're on Adept mode. Whew. That was an awesome battle. Let's do a bit of cleaning up here. So that was a combat encounter. So we do need to determine what the weather is doing, and it is going to change to rainy. So rainy means that our friends the beasts will move 3 spaces. Is that right, Deno? 3 hexes towards their destination, and their destination is direction 1. So they're up to here. Alright, so we're now on to day 7, so we've got to try and complete this quest by day 8. Overland movement. I reckon we're going to go here and heal. Or do we just go to a peaceful? Yep, so our overland movement is 2. We'll go 1, 2. We get a bonus for being a ranger, and then we'll move an extra space using a light fatigue. And that gains us a peaceful encounter on day 7. And we get swamp fever. The fetid environs of Black Marsh have a, let's put it over here, Dano, where you've got a spot for it. The fetid environs of Black Marsh have a reputation as breeding grounds for pestilence, and for good reason. After wading through the muck of some uncharted swamp for quite some time ago, you still have not quite managed to dry off. You are beset with a deep fatigue, and your vision swims as you feel some infection assault your body. It's becoming clear that ignoring your condition is gambling with your life. You need to rest, but that might take time you simply do not have. Okay, there should be an Argonian healer nearby. We've got our diplomatic immunity to automatically. Adventurers can only spend XP on tenacity, and the adventurer's rest step is skipped. Yeah, we'll use the top one. We can make a social check by just using our diplomatic immunity, and we're going to discard our glyph of prismatic onslaught. No, I think we'll discard our fishy items. So we automatically succeed. So we heal. Thanks to the Argonian healer. but we don't avoid the adventurer's rest step. That's 1 XP. Let's look at our light armor dice for our 1 XP. We'll restore both of these, this, and heal 2, or heal 1, sorry, the adventurer's rest step. And we have 1 XP to spend. Let's look at our light armor. So, reduce this die to increase, okay, so you can just make another one better. Or, when engaging in any other, reduce this die to reroll any one skill die. Yes. Enchant weapon. That sounds sick. There's only one of those, but yes. Enchant weapon for 1 XP. I do want to get a better bow or some more bow. Level 2 volley, deal 4 damage. Oh, that is unreal. Okay, well we need to get that. We need 2 XP for that. That's the end of today's peaceful encounter. And the weather remains rainy thanks to that icon. And so this guy will move 3 in direction 4, which is straight down here on the percolating mist. It's day 8. You know what we're doing. We're moving over there. We're going to have a quest encounter. We're moving on top of those dudes. We've done it by day 8. My gambles worked. So let's go and have a look at the quest. I'll just double check my XP that I've earned, shall I? Before I do that. So this one was 1, this one was 2, this one was 3, this one was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, no, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have not put myself at the right XP on the dial. That's a thing I constantly forget to do, I say, with my vast experience in this game. All right, unnatural selection. So, the first enemy deployed must be a beast. And this time we have, oh, it's a 10, so we take a level 10. That's a bit scary, actually. It's our first level 10. That's a Daedra. That's a Daedra. That's a Daedra. Oh, I should check because they're different on different sides. There we go. A giant snake. He's got Bane and he's got Retreat. All right, let's set that up. So one of those, and one of those. No, this one is here. And this giant rat, or giant snake, has 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has Bane, don't love that. And he has Retreat. What does Retreat do, Deno? One assumes at the end of the unit's turn, if no units, oh yeah, okay, same as the Khajiit. All enemies with enemy skill native also gain Intimidate. All enemies with native Yep, so this guy doesn't have native, so we'll just choose any of them. First enemy deployed. Yep, great. All right, let's zoom in. Here we are. I'll slide that up a little bit so we get a bit better view of our starting position. That's where that guy is he? Wow, he's quite close. He's only range 1 though, so good luck to you, mate. 2 armour. Not going to help you against my bows, my friend. Okay, round 1. Day 8, 10 XP. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, that's correct. So we are stamina 3 now, so I've been completely spacing on the fact that we can move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3, so we'll do that, and we'll have a look at this item. See if we can do that. I wonder how many things I've done that for. Probably most. There's a 4 and there's a 1, we'll keep them. And that's a 3, we'll take 2 light fatigue to turn that into a 1. At the start of my turn I also discarded 3. We've flipped over a Crawdad Quiche. Discard this item. Oh, may heal equal to your tenacity. I'm not going to shoot. I'm going to use magic form, and I'm just going to roll both of my magic dice. Oh, we get 2 and 2. That is wonderful. So those are now active. Yeah. So this guy's retreat. No one took damage, so he is going to move, gain a stealth die, and heal for 1 HP. 1, 2. And he's going to heal for 1 HP, which doesn't matter. He's a stealthy little snake. That's cheeky. That stealth die is a problem, really. Stealth. If you do not start your engage at the start of the current turn, yeah, so we're going to have to let him have a bite on us. That's okay. Turn 2. We'll flip this down to a 1, and that'll allow us to move 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we will stay right where we are. And that'll do. The snake. That's it. Turn 3, we will again flip this. We'll move 1 to here. Actually, we don't need to flip that. 1 to there, and we'll try for that item. 3. Yep, we'll gain a light fatigue to take that to a 3. And we'll lock that one in. And now we've got 3 cracks at a 1, 2, 3. There's a 2 and a 3. 4, 3. 2 light fatigue to flip that over, and we get the Claymore of the Crucible. Yep, and then we'll move to here. And we'll attempt to unlock this one as well. We need a 4, 3, 6. There's a 4. There's a 3 and a 6. We'll just take 4, 3, 6, shall we? Ooh, interrupt. Oh, we can make an enemy's range 1. Not useful in this one, but we'll keep it anyway. Alright, so we have to let the snake attack us. He's going to move here. He's going to hit us with 2 dice. He does 3 damage. We will use that for tenacity and block it using our Imperial thing. We can now attack him because he's got stealth. It's turn 4. We're going to move 1, 2 to here. He's attacked, so he loses his stealth dice anyway. And we're going to shoot him with everything we've got. 2 bows and a combat die. So we're going to pierce 2 and do 1. That's 1, 2, 3. Those will go into here. We don't need to use our reroll. That's it. The giant snake's going to move to here and attack us. He's got 2. Oh, he does put a bane on us that turn. That's last turn. So we actually take a damage from the bane. That's fine. And then he hits us this turn with 1, 2, 3, and we will use our tenacity to execute him using Nimble Protector, and that defeats him. At the end of our turn, we will discard the Bane. We'll get our dice back. We'll heal for 1. Nice. The snake has been defeated. Okay. During the activate province step, very good. So when completed, 2 XP, 1, 2. So we're up to 12. We go to C03. Unnatural selection. Shortly after you finish collecting samples for the second pack of feral fauna, a missive from the guild arrives at your camp. Approach further engagements with caution. The letter warns, we believe these animals have been fed or injected with some sort of magically altered plant matter, which is making their behaviour erratic and aggressive. We're unsure of the origin of the substance at this point. Perhaps the trees of Black Marsh? Regardless, it's possible the culprit behind these beasts' current condition was attempting to control their actions. But as you've seen, these rampages appear anything but organised. Please head south for another sample. We've received word that a particularly aggressive pack is wreaking havoc near Root Whisper Village, and it's possible the source of this dark activity can be found there. Root Whisper Village. It's all the way down the bottom. Great, so this is completed by day 12, and this will end the clash or initiates the end of the quest. Add unit to the corrupted creatures to the EP and deploy it first. Cool. Alright, well, great work. We go on to a 2 XP expenditure. So let's get that snipe dice, I reckon. Volley. Yep. Volley. Not that one. Yep. A volley. That costs us 2 XP. So these go down to here. Do it in that order. Yeah, so I think I might, another stamina may give us maybe good 2. So we'll go for another stamina and then we can start focusing on health. All right, day 9, here we come. What is the weather like? We have to flip this over. The weather remains as it is, which means it is rainy. And do those corrupted beasts move? Yes. So they'll move 3 spaces in direction 3. Direction 3 is down, so let's bounce them back. 1, 2, 3. And that'll do. So yes, day 9. 1, 2, let's just go here. We'll do one of these, and we have no tenacity, so we can't use our reroll on this. We're doing a peaceful. We're going to part the veil. What does it say? Come in, come in. A wizened dark elf crone beckons you into a tattered tent, waving you towards a seat on the dusty ground opposite her. Before you can find the presence of mind to refuse, you find yourself whisked inside. The dark elf's grubby palms grasp the empty air, demanding coin in exchange for mystic services. You're about to refuse, but then she begins reciting personal details about you, her eyes boring into you with menace. This supernatural blackmailer must be dealt with, either by giving in to her ransom demands or making sure she knows better than to threaten you. Rob the witch. We can just pay the crone. Yeah, we'll just pay the crone. I've got a couple of items here I don't really need. So we'll spend 1 tenacity, which is 1 of the social check we need, and then we will discard this Claymore of the Crucible and this Guild Star Gazer Sigil. That's actually pretty good, but I don't really want to spend the tenacity, so both of those are gone, and that is payment for the crone. We can look at all remaining steps. There's no remaining steps to go, so that's fine. We gain 2 experience, which is glorious. So I think we'll spend that 2 experience straight away. And let's do the stamina. We'll get up to stamina thingy. The adventurer's rest step, we heal another one. 1. And we'll recover 2 dice. Let's put those 2 back in. And that is good. And that had a same, so we're going to move the beasts. Direction 1, that is straight up. 1, 2, 3. That's nice of them, isn't it? I don't think we want to go to them though. I think we want to get a bit more experience before we do that. Day 10. We're going to tenacity for an unstable encounter. I'd really like to do a combat encounter, but I don't think there's any guarantees here. How many turns have we got? We've got 2 turns, yeah. 1, 2, 3 is our base overland movement. That's, oh, we could just go straight up. Yep, we'll do this one. 10 Mao Walk. Captives of House Telbani. Some rogue Dark Elves have ignored the Ebonheart's pact peace terms and have continued their cruel raids into Black Marsh. Simply navigating the swamps and waterways has taken all of your focus, which is why one such raider party managed to grab you unawares. You don't know whether you're angry at the injustice of their brazen act or yourself for falling into their snare. Regardless, the band leader has a sharp eye and a firm command, so you'll need to defeat him in order to escape. These locks seem to be loose, you say. Before the start of this clash, if any adventurer fails this check, must exhaust available skill dice before enemies go. And enemies go before adventures if the... Yeah, okay, so it's not flooding. Cool. Alright, well we are at XP 12. No, we got 2 from the witch. So we're at 14. 14's a bad number. Okay, well we're going to do it because it's our only option and we signed up for this. Adventurers gain over fatigue instead of light fatigue when adjusting lockpick dice. Okay, so before the start we have to go a 1, 5, 2 with 3 attempts. There's a 1, a 5 and a 4. So we're not really going to struggle. He says as he rolls a 6 into a 4. So we're no worse off. 2 light fatigue gets us over the line. That's it. So we will deploy here and let's set up this map, and this is exciting. We're starting to get into our rhythm now. Okay, the first enemy to deploy is the band leader, and he is a giant bat, apparently. And then we have 4 level 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So the giant bat, detection and elusive. He deploys here. Number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. I'm getting sick of this Spriggan. Two. This Argonian bandit, 3. He's in position 3. A Khajiit bandit. Well, at least we got some bandits here. Maybe I'll try and knock one on the head and take it back to a town. 4. And a bog dog, 5. So he goes here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Sure. It's round 1. This is, I'm getting excited now. This is getting awesome. Okay, the locks seem to be loose. Battle objective, conquer. So we have to defeat all enemies. Spriggan is annoying. We're now range 4 with our bow. So let's start. We'll go and have a look down here. Start a turn, recovery. So we're going to recover all of our dice, and we have 1 light fatigue sitting in there. Alright, we've got 2 tenacity, and we've got a myriad of enemies. Where are we happy that deployment? I'm here. The Argonians and the Khajiit can reach me. The Spriggan can't though. 1, 2. I do not want a Bane dice in my grid. And Feeble doesn't really bother me though. So we'll start in magic form and we'll try with our 2 magic dice. Okay, so 2 rerolls and a super move. We will then take a light fatigue to engage on the Khajiit. Yep. 3 dice. 1, 2, 3. The Khajiit is defeated. Done. And we can move back 1 step. And those all go into our grid. So the giant bat moves 1, 2. The Spriggan moves 1, 2. The bandit will move 1, 2. He's going to enfeeble for 1. And that just puts one of those in there. And then he's going to shoot us for 1. He does 1 damage. How dare you? We'll probably use our Crawdad Quiche in a second. And this guy goes to here. Boom, 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 boom. Round 2. So we recover our snipe dice, lose 2 fatigue. Our biggest problem right now is the Spriggan. Elusive. This prevents all damage dealt by units that were not adjacent to it at the start of the turn. So yeah, let's do a move. Just the normal one. 1, 2, 3 to here. Our target's going to be the Spriggan. I'm going to roll these 3 dice. We're going to re-roll this one using our magic weapon, which I love. Okay. So we're going to deal 3 damage to the Spriggan, ignoring its armour, and then 1 damage to it and defeat it. We're just going to use the dice because he's our target, so we can't switch targets, I don't think. Might look into that actually. If you roll your dice and stuff, your dice wasted, or can you change target? The Spriggan's defeated. We couldn't put any attacks on him, but we do get to move, and that's an important part of my plan. To there. Okay. So the giant bat's going to go. We need him to roll 3 here probably. He rolls 3, and we'll use our Imperial Metal to gain 3 tenacity to go to max. And, yep, the Argonian's going to enfeeble us for 1, and then he's going to shoot us for 1. That's fine. And the Bog Dog's going to move 1, 2. Cool. So we recover these dice, and that's not really useful, Deno. Or is it? Let's think here. So we're not going to be able to do any damage to that giant bat. But if we shoot the Bog Dog, or do we shoot the bandit actually? Yes, yes. I really need these 3 dice back, don't I? That's fine. We're going to use our Crawdad quiche, and that takes us all the way back up to full health because we have lots of tenacity. There's currently a cyclone happening in Brisbane, by the way. So just cruising along here with a cyclone, not bad. Yeah, I reckon our best play is actually to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to shoot that bog dog. Let's see what we get here in this, if we can unlock it. 225. There's a 5. We'll keep the 5. There's a 1. Yeah, we'll turn that into a 2, spending a tenacity. That's a 4. So at this point, 3 tenacity. You're committed. What do we get? An iron greatsword. Okay. So that might actually change what we do. Yeah. So we're going to go here, and then we're going to move to here. And then I reckon we're going to swing over to great weapon, and we're going to gain 1 over T to add 3 enemy dice. It's turn 3, by the way. Yeah, we're going to overtax this iron greatsword to add this and these 2 to try and kill that bog dog in 1 swing. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No armor. Bog dog defeated. That is a good timing iron greatsword. I appreciate that. Okay, you might think, oh, you're in trouble now, Deno. Well, am I though? Because look at this genius. This giant bat's going to swing at us. He's going to roll his 3 dice, and we have our tenacity ready to go for Nimble Protector. He does 3 damage. We will Nimble Protector 1, 2, 3, 4 him to hit himself in the face with 3 damage. Nimble Protector. The Argonian Bandit, he's going to enfeeble us and put 1 of those in there. He's going to shoot us with his 1 die. He hits us for 1. We're okay with that. We're starting adjacent to him. It's turn 4. We grab these back. Our target is going to be the Argonian Bandit, I think. I've got to look into that targeting rule. He's only got 2 health left, so I only need to do 1. Yep. Our target's the Argonian Bandit. Do I move? Do I move and instead target that guy with a... Yeah, we're starting, so we're going to move to here. He's going to be our target. Alright, so we definitely take him out with that. 1, 2. We gain a tenacity to go to 2. And we could re-roll that actually. Yeah, let's re-roll that using our last dice. Alright, so we can just kill everyone. I really wanted to get this seize them, but I'm just not going to have enough tenacity. So, yeah, no, so we'll just kill everyone and take the successful victory, which is a big win, because that was a challenge. We heal 1. That might have been turn 5, but it doesn't matter. We heal 1 and we gain 2 glorious XP. Let's bring these 2 dice back. 1, 2. Here. Yeah. So we're not going to be able to complete that seize them objective. 2 XP. What do we spend that on? We get another dice. Let's get a level 3 archery dice maybe. What do we got in the level 3? Rapid fire. Oh, that's awesome. Deal 2 damage or arrow barrage. You must deal 2 damage unless you drain all skill dice rolled during this engage. Problematic. Rapid fire. These are all interesting, aren't they? Start of your turn, you may exhaust this die. Up to 3 if they're all snipe dice. Interesting. Can't really see what I'm looking at. So we can choose one of these 3. I think this is for each snipe dice in your cooldown track prior to this engage. Yeah, let's try that one, and then maybe we'll get another snipe dice. Or do we just take a health? Take a health and bank one. I think I'm going to take a health and bank one. We're going to get these 2 back. Boom, boom. So we're up to 7 health. Which we're full. And it's the peaceful encounter, and it is flooding. So those guys move 1 space in direction 4. So direction 4 is straight down. Day 11, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 because of our overland movement being pretty good, and we're here at a town. We're here at a town, so we can have a rest, and we will do so. So the town in question is Hismia. Let's go and have a look at Hismia, shall we? Here it is, Hismia. At the start of this encounter, if the weather is sunny, it's not sunny. Oh, if the weather is rainy or flooding, the party may initiate the following delve. This lasts for the rest of the campaign. That is awesome. There's no inn. That's devastating. Alright, what common items have we got? A Dark Elf Cuirass. Add 1 enemy to an enemy engage. After the engage, gain 1 tenacity for each damage the enemy dealt. Okay, and then 2 legendaries. Maybe they weren't legendaries, were they? No. After enemy, yeah. Alright, so I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pop to our alchemy station and regain our panacea of health. And there is 1 trainer at this place. So let's see what we get. Destruction staff. I'll take destruction staff. That was part of my plan to do that. And since we have destruction staff, let's pick ourselves up a destruction die with our 1 XP. Yep, so destruction staff and replenish our panacea. That's it. I was hoping for more out of that. I was hoping for an inn, but it wasn't to be. So we will return this and this. We have 1. We're going to grab a destruction staff. Force bolt costs 1 XP. That's it. And that is the end of the day. And that is in fact the end of the quest almost. It is down to flooding, which means that our beast friend is going to move direction 1. He's coming straight toward us. It's the last day of the quest, friends. And we've achieved all that we wanted to achieve, I think. So let's go and initiate that final quest on day 12. So it's exciting. This has been a really fun experience. I hope you've all enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed playing it. So, our quest objective We're adding the corrupted creatures to the EP, and we're going to deploy it first. Warden, you may choose the result. Alright. Jiminy, activate province. Yeah, cool. So we are 16. It's the end of session difficulty EP. So we're going to have a 10, a 5 and a 1. So the 10 is a High Elf Necromancer. Yuck. The 5 is a Red Guard and a Nord Bandit. Shatter and Steel. Oh, I didn't put these back in, but that's okay. We want to see different critters anyway. We've got a couple of caches down here. So the corrupted bears come on first. Rah. And they're up here. And then next is this High Elf Necromancer. Look at him. 6 health. What a pest. Red Guard Marauder. He's less of a pest. He deploys here. And then this Nord Bandit comes on with 6 health. That's a lot of health, don't I? He comes on there. Alright, so we now roll a d6. Now we get to choose. All enemies gain quest unit skill Dispel. Dispel. After this unit is engaged by an adventurer in Magicka or in Daedra, this unit deals... Oof. Okay, so we don't want to be magical. All enemies increase their combat stat by 2. Beast enemies. It's just him. Yeah, we'll give him Dispel. That's fine. I don't plan on letting him come anywhere near us. The High Elf Necromancer is our primary target of concern. Native and Necromancy. So yes, we need to execute him with extreme prejudice. Extreme prejudice. Yep, okay. So we're going to enchant ourselves with this glyph of Prismatic Onslaught. And while in Magicka, we heal for HP equal to the damage that we deal. So we're going to move. This quest is failed because you can't do that, so we'll just move that away. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 is our speed. So we'll attempt to unlock this, whatever it is. 2, 3, 4. None of them. Try again. None of them. None of them. Alright, well, that was fun. I would have liked that. Whatever it was. What was it? Oh, it was a potion of protection. It's actually completely useless. Fine. So, the High Elf Necromancer has to go down. So we will shoot him in the face with a bow. It's probably not enough to knock him out, is it? Nope. It's 5 damage though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god. That's a good roll, Deno. Deal 1 true damage to any enemy in sight. Deal a targetable enemy true damage equal to its defense stat. We need 3 tenacity. Alright, we're going to take a... Yep, so we'll take all of these. 1, 2, 3. Actually, that High Elf Necromancer probably doesn't worry us right now, because there's no one for him to summon. So Necromancy is at the end of this unit's turn, deploy the top unit of the defeated stack. So yeah, I think we might actually hold on there. Now we will switch to Magicka using another engage, and we'll just roll our 2 dice. Yeah, we'll keep that. Cool. 1 and 2. That's it. So this guy, he moves 1, 2. His range 1s, he does nothing. Necromancer's range 5, he stays right where he is, and he pops us with 1 damage. No worries, thanks mate. Native, he's going to remove that dice from our grid. The Nord Bandit, he's going to move to here. He's 1 dice. He does no damage, and he can't roll over a 6 to steal our items. Yep, so that's fine. And this red guard's going to move 1, 2 to there. Cool, alright. Let's do some crazy shit. Crazy shit. Alright, it's round 2 in day 12. We're going to move. We're going to start our turn in archery mode. We're going to move 1 to here and see if we can unlock that. 616. There's a 1. 2 3s isn't any good. 2 1s. 3 1s in total. Terrible. Cypher kill. I like looking at the items. So that's move 1, 2, 3, 4. Whilst in this mode, oh, we get all these back. We're going to roll this dice. I'm going to roll this dice, and our target is going to be the Nord Bandit. Excellent roll. So this allows us to do 4 damage to adjacent enemies, and this allows us to do 1 damage to the Nord Bandit. So this, he's going to cost us 1, 2, 3. He's dead. 4 plus, after we resolve that dice, we teleport. 1, 2, 3. 4, yep. So he's now out of range, so he just suffers no more damage. So we'll pop that in out there. That's fine. We killed the High Elf Necromancer. Problem solved. And that's going to be turn 2. This guy goes to here. This guy goes to here. This guy goes to here. Nobody's in range. Turn 3, and we gain these 2 dice back and this dice back. So let's shoot the corrupted creature cornered. This unit deploys with an additional 2 HP for each undefeated adventurer. That's not ideal. He's 4 attacks? 4 attack dice? Oh my god, that is awful. Yeah, we're going to get the hell out of there. That's tragic. Perhaps we need to... Ooh, interesting. We've got 6 health though, Deno, so don't get too concerned. Shatter as he hits weapons, or is it items as well? Shatter. Yeah, it's discard a weapon, so that's fine. I guess we just shoot the Nord Bandit. Let's execute him. No, I think we put everything we can into the corrupted bear creature. That's 4 damage to him, piercing through. That's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can also use our Thrill of the Hunt, deal 1 true damage to any beast enemy in sight. That bypasses elusive, but he doesn't have elusive. Let's switch to Magicka. Can we kill him? No, we need to roll the Destruction Staff has only 1 face that will do any damage. Yeah, we'll go to Magicka and we'll shoot him again. So it does 1 damage. That's fine. So if we stay where we are, yeah, we'll go to there. He moves to us. And he hits us. Now this is an important roll, don't know? If you can roll on your 4 dice 3 damage, you'll be feeling really good. No, you rolled 4. So we can't use our Imperial Medal. So we just suffer 4 damage. And we also lose our native die. That's okay, we've got our Panacea of Health, so we'll use that very shortly. The Nord Bandit will move 1, 2 to here. The Red Guard will move 1, 2 to here. And that's it. These dice come back in. And we're on to turn 4. So we're going to use our Panacea of Health. We get 5 health back. Glorious. We're back to full. What a great decision. Oh, I actually healed myself 1 last turn from that magical glyph of Prismatic Onslaught. That one's there, and that one's there. Don't know. So we're going to roll this one and try and kill that native beast. Yep. So we successfully roll the dice that we need. That's going to kill him. It's going to allow us to teleport 1, 2, 3, 4 away. What an awesome dice. Volley. Place yourself in an unoccupied hex. So we kill the corrupted creature. We still have our movement available. So we'll move 1 to here. We'll try and lockpick this. That's the 2 that we need. Try again. That's the 2, so we need a 5 and a 6 with 2 rolls. There's a 5. There's a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's full fatigue. Let's do it. You better be worth it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Caramelized goat nibbles. That would have been awesome. We could have healed a targetable level, it's a level 1 to 5 enemy. Nope, not good for us now. But we still got some movement, so we move to here. This guy moves 2, this guy moves 2. It's our turn. We're on to turn 5. But we've got some dice back now. And we haven't used our tenacity gaining ability, so we'll switch to bow mode. Let's move 1, 2 and fight the Nord Bandit with everything we've got. Actually, we'll go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's shoot the Red Guard Marauder actually, because he's got an armor. We've got a snipe dice. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep, and that's it. The Red Guard Marauder will move to here and he will hit us with 2 dice. He does 2. We'll expend our Imperial ability to gain 2, no damage, and gain 2 tenacity. The Nord Bandit will move to here. We have no weapon either. And he hits us for 1 damage, which we will take. It's round 6. So we're going to gain these back. We're going to gain an over fatigue and we're going to lose a dice. We're going to lose a health. It's going to come down to the wire. So if this is a healing item, could be worth going for. I just need 1 more tenacity at this point. And this dice will be really useful. So yeah, let's use our Magicka stance. Let's roll this and this, and we'll target the Nord Bandits. We roll 1 tenacity on our blue dice, and we gain 2 tenacity and deal 1 damage to any adventurer. I don't really want the tenacity in that instance. We'll then move 1, 3, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3. Oh, that'll do fine. What do we get? A bow! Oh. He's going to try and shatter my bow. So we've moved from here. 1, 2, 3. Shatter. We're going to put that in our pack, so it's not yep, done. So it's not we're going to keep that for next hunt. Okay, so we're going to do this guy first. He's going to move 1, 2. And he's going to swing us for 2. And hopefully he's going to kill himself using our tenacity. He is going to kill himself. We're going to spend our tenacity to Red Guard Maraud himself and execute him. Come on, Deno. This is amazing. And this guy will go to here. And he's only got 1 attack on us. He rolls 1 damage. We take a damage, and if he can roll over a 4, he's going to steal our caramelized goat nibbles. He is going to steal our caramelized goat nibbles. Boo. Yep, so that goes away thanks to steal. We got another over fatigue, which means we take 2 damage, 1, 2, and we need to finish this off this turn. Archery. Yep, we just need to roll. Let's go to Magicka first. And let's roll that dice. Gained us a tenacity, not what we needed, Deno. Yep, I've got nothing else I can spend it on. I've only got 1 tenacity. That doesn't let us do it anything, so... Deal 4, deal 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Teleport ourselves to here. The last one. Yeah, victory! Let's go over here to this. We get 2 XP. Excellent. We go to entry E04. Unnatural selection. After you've taken down the last of the animals, a consortium of mages is dispatched to your location. You serve as their escort as they seek to trace the corrupted plant matter back to its source. After a couple of solid days, the guild's divine has located an earthen laboratory hidden beneath a towering tree that emits a faint glow. The crude workspace has recently been stripped of its valuable materials, but enough was left behind in the rushed exit to identify it as an outpost of a group called the Soldiers of the Void. Though this experiment with altering the nature of Black Marsh's vital essence appears to have been unsuccessful, who's to say that this project's progenitor hasn't learned from their mistakes? I definitely would like to further investigate hidden labs in the region. So we will do the Black Marsh Outer Watch quest for session 2. And that's it. Proceed to... Excellent. So that's it. Oh, we gained keyword ruin experiment. So I will write that down because that's cool. Ruin experiment. And that's the end of this very first episode of BigDenoPlays Elder Scrolls. I hope you've enjoyed. It's a great game that is going to take me a little bit of time to wrap my head around, but we heal all of our light fatigue and everything in everything. What is our name? Ruin experiment. Ruin experiment. So yes, join. We didn't name our Imperial Ranger. Let's call him Jiminy. Join Jiminy, the Imperial Ranger, as he continues his quest to explore the Black Marsh of the Elder Scrolls world of Tamriel. I've been Big Deno. I'll catch you on the next episode. Big Deno.